Alright, here I am outside of Brookfield, Nova Scotia, just off the side of the road. I can't think of what the road's called. I'll put it in text on screen. As you can see, got the Honda with me. We're going to take a run up away from Brookfield, and we are going to take Riverside Road to Stewiacke. Come along for the journey with me. If you guys like these videos, make sure you hit the like button, all that good stuff. Let's get right at it. Make sure you stick around until the end of the video, where I'm going to give you an update on my thoughts on my CRF300l. A couple things that I really love about the bike, and a couple of things that I really don't like much about the bike. So stick around until the boring parts of the video. I'm going to do a voiceover. you enjoyed that rip down Riverside Road. I really let it have it after I got past that car, I should say. So while we're just driving down some of the more boring parts of Riverside Road here, I wanted to cut in and just add a little bit more to this video. So I'm going to give you a list of things that I like about the CRF300l and some things that I'm not real crazy about on the 300l. So let's start with the stuff that I don't like much. So one thing about this bike is its fuel capacity is lacking. You get maybe 150 kilometers out of a tank of gas. It would have been really good foresight if Honda had to put a little bit bigger of a tank on this, especially for people like me who aren't really, on the track with this bike, which is not made for, which I'll touch on in a minute, but more for people who like to explore and adventure down roads and stuff. 150 kilometers goes very fast. Another thing I don't love about this bike is how it sits and the seat. So I find that the seat is almost too upright. It would be nice if it was a little bit lower and a little bit more slanted, and of course it's stock, it's not very good cushion. I find even after like an hour and a half of riding, my butt is just killing me. And I can't really think of a whole lot of other things that I don't love about this bike. When I tell you I love this dirt bike, I truly mean it. I can't imagine there being a better in-class bike for this style. One thing that I wish that they would have done a little bit better, maybe a little less cheap, would have been the turn signals and the mirrors. They're kind of throwaway items on this bike for some reason, which is, it's unfortunate, but I understand they got to try to keep costs low for the market that they're getting into. Okay, now for the things that I love. So if you go online and look for reviews of this bike, there's going to be several things that you're going to hear that I find to just be mischaracterizations or trying to put the bike in a league that it isn't in. So you'll hear people saying that the suspension is really not good. What those people fail to take into account is this is an entry-level dirt bike. It's not a motocross bike. It's not meant to be going on the track or anything like that. It's a dual sport. It's a true dual sport where it's fun to drive on the road, but still can be taken on those hairier positions depending on the tires that you have on it. So when you hear people saying that the suspension is soft, don't let that discourage you immediately, depending on what you're planning on using the bike for. For someone like me who just likes to take the bike down old paths, old logging roads, and then uses just like this that we're doing today, the dirt roads and stuff, this bike is perfect. Now, that being said, it is not a fast bike. There's nothing fast about this bike at all. You'll see a couple times in this video, don't tell the cops, that I had it at about 120 kilometers an hour. And it feels great doing that, even on dirt. You'll see it's a little bit wobbly, but I'm pretty used to that at this point. That road also is a little washboardy, so it's not the best test. But in order to do that 120 kilometers, you're going to be wound out in either 5th or 6th gear. So taking this bike on the highway is, for me anyway, it's a no-go. You can do it, it can be done, but I prefer not to. I like to stick to the 80 or 90 kilometer per hour roads. The other thing that I didn't really mention, and the stuff that I don't really like that I kind of forgot, was wind really affects this bike. So if you're going on, and I'm almost 260 or something. Sorry, my dog started barking. So yeah, basically, if you're on a 2-lane 100, not the divided highways, but if you're on a highway that does 100 kilometers per hour, and you meet a box truck on this bike, you're gonna want to get small and try to help the wind, because the wind pushes you around heavily. It's not a heavy bike, even with a heavy fellow on it. But yeah, like I mentioned in the voiceover earlier, this bike is really a true dual sport. It is, I find it to be beautiful on the road, and I find it to be beautiful off the road. It's fit my needs perfectly, and I couldn't be happier with the bike. The only way I could be a little happier would be if the exhaust was a little bit better, and it went a little bit faster. That's really about it. The rest of the stuff can be changed pretty easily with aftermarket stuff. Yeah, so basically that's gonna do it. If you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. I'm not gonna bother doing an outro for this video. I'm just gonna cut the silence here. And if you like dirt bike content like this, make sure you let me know with a like or a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future for dirt bike content. I've kind of put a pause on it for a long time. So thank you for sticking around. If you're still here, have a good one. Thanks for watching.